Next, we got Mark Zaccaria, and he's running. He's going to go up against Jim Langevin in District 2.
Woo! Woo!
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I am Mark Zaccaria. I am running for the U.S. Congress here in District 2 in Rhode Island, and I ran against Mr. Langevin last time. We need to do more than just give him a scare this time. With your help, I'll be able to do that. And I'll be able to do that because a few things have changed now that I've been working into this second cycle of the campaign for Congress. All of a sudden, people are waking up. I look at groups like the Rhode Island Voter Coalition. I look at the Tea Party groups that have sprung up everywhere, the 9/12 Coalition. I look at the Oath Keepers. I look at a number of these other organizations of normal people that have all of a sudden come into being, and I know that the reason is that people are paying attention. They're paying attention and they're getting mad at what they see. And I am looking now at the problems of the federal government, and they are similar in some degree to the problems that we see in the state that Representative Trillo has just talked about. These are problems where all of a sudden, now that you and I have come to our senses and stopped using our credit cards and all of a sudden started being real sensible about our limited resources, just at that moment the federal government has said, you know, the credit card we have is only about the size of the state of Rhode Island. We need one the size of the state of Colorado. And they are out there spending money at a rate that is going to cause all of our dollar bills to look like monopoly money inside of a very short period of time, inside of a year or so. And unless we do something about it, so fundamental a change is going to be made in the America that we grew up in that we won't recognize it anymore. And I see that in the eyes of the Oath Keepers. I see that in the eyes of the Rhode Island Voter Coalition, and it makes me feel good because people are going to get mad, and then they're going to do something about it. They're going to do exactly what Joe Trillo just asked you to do, which is put an oar in the water and start to pull. When we have a large group of voters who get together to do the right thing, we cannot be stopped. And when we have representatives who aren't representing us, there's a very simple solution. Right now, with my race, I like to use the phrase, clean house. And if all of a sudden you can go out there and you can see people that are really working for some organization other than you, hey, you hired them, you can fire them, clean house. And all of us have to get together and say, we have to do more than just go down to the ballot box like good voters on election day and clean house. We have to do something about it. People tonight have been coming to me. I've had offers of people, inviting people over to their homes for coffee and a quick talk. And yeah, I will put the bite on every single one of them for a check because I need money, or else you'll never hear about me in the last 2 critical weeks of the election. It doesn't have to be a lot. I just got to get a lot of people. I have had people come to me and say, here is a place that you can go, and give me leads. I have had lots and lots of help. I hope everyone in this room does all of that and more, and tell all your friends. And whether it's me that you support, or Eric Wallen, or Joe Trillo, or Mo Green if you happen to live in that district, you have to pick somebody and get behind them and push. Because unless we clean house, nothing is going to change. And we're going to see the country that we grew up loving go down the tubes. Well, I am out here making a king-sized commitment to preventing that from happening. And people say, what do you got, rocks in your head? What are you running for Congress for? Well, I have no choice. Look at what's out there. Look at what's happening. I happen to be the person who's here in the breach. And so it falls to me to go out and make that kind of a commitment. You don't have to make that level of a commitment, at least not in this cycle. But you do have to make a commitment. And when we all get together and we all get committed, we will succeed in cleaning house. And I look at the Constitution of the United States and say that is the blueprint for how a government should work that essentially works for its people, leaves them alone, lets them do what they want, and that's the government that I want to see reinstituted. That government is the one that costs less. That means it's smaller. It costs less, so the money stays in your pocket. It is your money, after all. Every time I hear somebody talk about a rebate check from the government, my blood boils. Hey, whose money was that to begin with? We've got to stop thinking that way. We have to start remembering that the government works for us, and we have to make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mark Zaccaria. I'm running for Congress. Please remember me when the time comes, and let's clean house.
Thank you, Mark.